Well, the workshop is absolute chaos and I am rather beautiful. Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. I just had to run to the painters because he needed a decision on a clear coat, which we're tinting black on an SG. That's all I'm saying about that. I don't know if you've seen it or whether it's an old series. I ain't got a fucking clue. Right, where's me test body? I'm a little bit all over the shop. Here's me test body. I've measured everything and I'm pretty happy. Revelations. I've done this neck a bit different because people moan about this jobber overhanging too much on a fender neck. So I've left as much meat as I can to get me tuner on and get that one out there. Obviously we've got to route that into the headstock. That's one of the jobs that's going to come up. Smoother than the smoothest shaft you've ever fraternised with. And I don't mean yours. Yours is sticky as fuck, Trevor, so calm down. Right, so we've got to route this out. I've got some measurements on here. All right, 5mm depth for that end bit. So we're going to start with the deepest, which is 32mm. I'm going to put on my spectacles. We'll montage the shit out of it. And with no sound, maybe a bit of music. And hopefully we'll be all good. I'll do a corresponding route on the back to get that off. I'm not going to be putting a cover on because you don't put covers on the back of Strats. Who do you think you are? Slag. So on that, let's do some cutting. I'm nervous. This body's taken a shit lot of work. Shit tons. Probably 12 hours of my life. And if I fuck a route up, it's going to be a little bit annoying, isn't it? Very annoying. So that's nothing to it but to get to it. Whatever they say in show business. Entourage. Right, next stage. Everything I do on this guitar is the first time and it's doing my head in because I'd just like to relax a little bit. Just in case you're interested, I'm watching the Guitar Builders Collective. It's a podcast that everyone should be watching. So get your fucking fingers out. Occasionally, they talk about me, but not too often because I'm a tit. Shh, everyone really knows. Right, we've got to put a lock-in nut on here and we've got a router at the end of this. I've done this neck a little bit differently and I've left a little bit more meat on there. The more eagle eye of you will notice that this is not the same neck I made earlier on. That is there because I did it as a normal Fender Scoopy Whoopie. So this will get used on a different project. I'll use it somewhere else. But this one, I've shifted everything down. I've adjusted it all on my templates and I've left myself more meat than you normally get on a Fender headstock so that we've got more support for the lock-in doofer. There's always a bit of overhang when you put it on a Strat style. I've done my own work, you can't help that. But we need to router this out now, flat, with a little jiggerific over on the edge. And we'll just get this, you could do it with a chisel. Of course you could do it with a chisel if you're a fucking psycho. So basically, I'm just gonna put that on there a little bit, all right? And I'm gonna mark this, and I'm just gonna get a feel in the middle. I've got a little mark there. And all I can do with the aid of spectacles, because I can't fucking see that, I'm just going to get an approximate measurement from that pencil line. Obviously, we've taken off the fret there. From that pencil line, I've got about 2 3/4mm. Let's go a little bit more accurate, shall we? Right in the middle, 2.6mm. So I need to take 2.6mm off this flat. I'll start with 2mm. Let's not go mental. And I'm going to use spacers. We're going to router accurately. That's the point of this little bit of showing you. I'll set up over there. I'm going to stick this to my router bench. I'm going to put some little blocks either side to use as a little... Sometimes I've just got to show you because the vocabulary's limited, isn't it? You know that. I'll see you over there. All right, we'll do a bit over on that bit. I don't know why I whispered then. That was fucking creepy. Right, hopefully over here you can see what I'm doing. I've set up a little sled. I haven't fixed anything down. This is glued. This is fixed down with the old tip and glue. It's not a trick. It's not it's not magic. This is a little sled that's right up as close as it can get to there. Now, if you get this wrong, you could always shim it, but we don't want to do that. 2.1mm. I've just been using Crimson Stunning Stains and I'm off my fucking tits. It's like being back in the late 90s. Right, I've put a bit of tape on there. He's going to sit on there, nice and easy, and I'm going to get that reading. We can see there that I am, to be honest, that ain't bad, is it? That ain't bad at all. We ain't far off there. Now, you can always shim it, like I said, but I don't really want to shim. They even sell shims because they know people that do this sort of thing are fucking idiots most of the time, like me. But that is very close. It is so close. Yeah, I'm not going to push my luck with that anymore. I just need to sort out how that looks. Very sharp. I'm going to sand that little knobbing in. I think once he's screwed in, I'll give it a bit of a sand and a bit of a love. It's pretty bang on with the width, but it's just an odd... I'm not used to doing these. So anyway, that was exciting, wasn't it? No, let's put some holes in it and screw it down. Cheeky centre finding drill. Again, I'm just going to use 2 crappy old screws for now. Not going to use what comes with it. Surprisingly simple. Got a little bit of fill in there. A little bit of sand in. The nuts out. I'm ready to put it together.
Early the next morning.
Now, I'll be honest with you. I haven't been editing this one as I've gone along. So I've got a shitload of video stuff at home. I don't know where I am on the build. I don't know what point of each episode we're going to get this in. But let's just run through what we've got going on here. Now, it doesn't look exactly how I envisaged it was going to look. I was thinking about a super glossy, sheeny, wonderful thing like we saw on Instagram, like I've showed before. And Paduk bit us right in the ass. I say us because I'm now farming out finishing to Dangerous Brian Creations. My best mate Brian, who's best mate, what are we fucking lovers? He's a mate, he's an old mate, he's a fucking legend, but he's new to painting guitars. He's a fantastic automotive painter. Every time I give him a guitar project, it fucking blows his brain apart because it's a lot more to learn. Paduk is an absolute fucker. Every sounding sealer product that he sprayed onto this made the red from Paduk leach into the maple, and we've had to sand this back several times. In fact, you can see a little bit here, just a little bit of pink in that maple that I just could not get back out of it. It was an absolute fucker. In the end, I decided to go back to a satin sheen, and the finish on this is actually Danish oil, about 3 coats of Danish oil, which I've then sanded back, and then it's had a couple of whops of Renaissance wax, and that's what gives this perfect sheen. If you Renaissance wax and then give it a quick sand with a bit of 240 on the orbital and then go at this again, it is mirror flat. This is by far the easiest satin finish you can put on wood. I recommend it massively. It's literally rustings for kitchen worktops or doors, and then Renaissance wax. A few coats of that, very light coats. Let it dry overnight. Get a few on. Give it a quick sand back. Renaissance it. Leave it. And you will get the most perfect satin sheen. It's really, really easy. Much quicker than true oil. You don't get a gloss, but I think that's fine, to be honest. I've gone for a full satin neck. This is super gloss. No sign of a sticky shaft going on here. I am really happy with how this has turned out, but it has been, for want of a better word, a proper cunt.
Come again?
Absolutely. I wish you wouldn't use that word. It offends me. Good, you prick. Frets, stainless frets are polished up to 8,000 with the fretalizer. Everything's done. I've had this guitar built and playing. I haven't had it wired up, but I built it because I don't know anything. Here we go. Stop the press. YouTuber admitting something. I don't know much about Floyd Rose stuff at all. I've watched a couple of videos. I've set one up in a previous video and I was fucking crucified by the world. So I'm going to get this Floyd Rose in. That's going to be the first thing we're going to do. I'm going to screw some bits in. It's hell of interesting, isn't it? I think first things first, I'll get my humbucker in. I've actually gone for black shielding paint on this occasion just because it gave me a better... It matched this one when I routed the depth of this body because I calculated it that way. I fucking didn't. But when I routed out the depth of the Floyd Rose, it took me perfect to my lamination, so it gives us like a black finish. We've got the eagle coin in there, which is it's an American denomination because this is going to the Americanas, I'll have you know. Right, so first thing I'm going to do is get the posts in for me Floyd. I'm just leaving the cameras rolling and I'll just try and muddle and edit together. Did a lovely run the other day. The Exeter 10k, first 10k of the year, absolutely destroyed me. 58 minutes, slow as you like, fucking shocking. But when we walked back to the car, we were going to go and have a cooked breakfast, because that's what you do. You burn some calories and you go and consume more than you just burnt. That's fucking man mentality, that is. I've earned that fat. And my mate Ryan turned around and said, do you know what? I fancy a roast, actually. And Chris said, you want a roast? All right, you're fat and you've got a small dick. It's the first social event I've been to in ages, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. So well done, Chris Agnew. The original designer of the battery exhausted t-shirt. And he never got a free shirt out of me. So, and he don't let me know it at all. Right, now my posts are in. I just want to get a feel for how high that is, because the humbucker that Mark's given me, it's got proper old traditionales feet on it, 9 footers, and I might come a cropper with that. So what happens when people send you gear and you're not using the trusty Warman stuff? I think we're going to be all right there. I think we'll be all right. Now, I fit my humbuckers with these cheeky little M3 machine screws. They've got a nice flat bottom on them. And they go in a couple little inserts. Little inserts! I need a name for the screaming goat or the screaming sheep. We can't decide in my house what fucking animal it is. But if you want to put some names, you want to comment below, name that screaming goat. Yeah, I might use it. So these screws, as I've said, 3mm. I'll get a 3.5. I'm just going to drill this out over on the old doofer. Now, I'll put it in the vise because it just stops the legs from twisting around. Good blow off. Don't want any shavings going in your pickup. So get all them off. Everything's good there. It's all fairly smooth. Sometimes you need to give that a little file just to give it a bit of love. But we're all good there. Now, there's not a lot going on with this one electronically, so it should be quite simple, shouldn't it? I'm going to use that same 3.5mm drill bit. I'm all pretty centered there. Literally just mark those holes. Can you see that, Dave? Are you fucking looking? There, look, in there. That's what my dad used to do. No, there. Right, absolutely don't want to go too deep with these and go through your body, because you'd be fucked, wouldn't you? So I'm definitely going to mark me depth. Leave a bit flapping around. And then with these, I'll basically just use a little centre punch. They don't take a lot of tapping in. There are better tools, I suppose, but... Now with these, they've got a little thin end on them. You should better just sit it in that 4mm hole. Awkward, I know. Difficult for you to fucking film this. It's difficult for me to fucking film this! That should just nestle down in the hole there. Nestle. It's creepy, that, isn't it? If you're a Floyd Rose expert, feel free to comment away. I'll try and absorb as much of the information that you're giving me. But I am an old twat, and I learn in my own time. So be friendly. And next time I do a Floyd Rose, I might still be doing things wrong. But that's the internet, and I don't give a shit. Right, cheeky press. Right, that's me inserts in. We'll just double check now that everything screws in. There we go. Might have to adjust the foam in that humbucker, but we'll play that by ear. We'll play it by ear. There's going to be a shit ton of that in the hole. Shit tons. I won't put the pot in yet. I'm going to wait until I'm doing a bit of wiring. It's tempting to snip a load of this off, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to coil it nicely in there around the pot, just in case this humbucker gets another life sometime. Be a shame to cut all the tails off on it. Be a bit daft. Right, in goes our trem claw with the world's juiciest screws. Fuck me, that's the longest screw I've had since my 20s. Unreal. Right, that's in. Right, on sits our trem. Plenty of room. No idea what I'm doing. Right, one spring on. Now, from what I can gather from the internet and a bit of sleuthery, bit of cloth, random back plate, jack your trem up level-ish. Now, I've had this on before, so I know that it will go pretty much level. Now I've done that, I can bung the rest of my springs on. Sorry if I'm getting it wrong. I'm not sorry. Fuck it. We'll muddle through. Lovely. Look at that. Fucking lovely. On she goes. We'll leave that as it is. Should we get some wiring done? I think I'll get some wiring done now. We'll 3, 2, 1 that. I ain't going to fucking film the wiring. I've got a... This is how much of a tard I am. I've had to do a wiring diagram. It's got no switches or fuck all, but I'm doing it anyway. We'll do it by the book. I'll see you in a second. It's exciting, isn't it? I am excited. This thing has been an absolute bastard, but it's very pretty. So it's a win. Fuck it, I'm having a win.
A few moments later.
Right, I got carried away. I've been watching the snooker. Love it, love the snooker. Boring old bastard, isn't I? Right, I've built it. It's done. Now, I'm going to go downstairs and give it a demo, unless I can find someone professional to demo it, and then I'll put that in the video instead. But either way, I'm going down now to play it. It looks phenomenal. It's taught me a lot, this build. I'll see you after a strum, said the vicar to the fucking altar boy. What have I learned? What have I learned? Either apologies for the demo, or I hope you enjoyed that professional demo. This was a proper challenge of a build. And now it's over, I'm enjoying it more than during it. I think the time constraint, because I really wanted to get this ready for the Birmingham Guitar Show, so this is coming out way after it's been built. I really wanted it to get ready, and it's Wednesday and the guitar show's on Friday. So there's a bit of stress and all that sort of stuff. The finish fucked us right in the bottoms, which, you know, has its moments. I'll give it that. But all in all, Mr. Shepherd, Mark, is a fucking beast of a human with hands like shovels. So this is a nice, chunky strap neck. Super stabilities. Absolutely delightful. Floyd Roses, I feel like I've got to grips with it a bit more. I've learned a lot about Floyd's. It's not my thing. I'm not really a Van Halen, you know, I like a Van Halen song, but I'm not a massive, like, wiggly woggly rock man. I'm a dad blues bore, really. I'll make no apologies for that. So that was a proper learning curve. This was 11 hours into a guitar body before I then routed it for a Floyd Rose trem that I really knew nothing about. So it's not that complicated, but there was fucking potential for catastrophe, wasn't there? I didn't film me putting it together. The legs on the humbucker were indeed far too long, so I had to then take it all apart, drill out where the screws go in and lower it all down. So that was mind-numbing videoing, and if it had gone wrong, I would have thrown the fucking guitar at the camera. So Dave, he might have witnessed camera murder, who knows. Absolutely chuffed to bits. I put Geico locking tuners on because they're much easier to set a Floyd Rose up. It's a use for a locking tuner that I like. Much easier to set that up with them. I didn't adjust the action under tension. I might have, but who knows? That argument will never be settled. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you like it. I mean, if you're a Van Halen fan, it's an awesome looking guitar, and it's turned out amazing. Bird's eye maple neck, which is my favourite. If I made this again, I would probably do some things differently. But all in all, I love it. Let me know what you think. Comment below. I hope you've enjoyed the build. It's a weird one to film and edit. I'm kind of at the end now of stress with building things on time for video editing. I'm very much one at a time builds for the rest of the year. That should result into some more cohesive videos. Hopefully. That's a serious ending, isn't it? Go fuck yourselves if you don't like it. That's what I'm really trying to say. I'm going to take some photos. I'm going to go home and have some tea 'cause I'm starving. And I'll see you on Monday for a fluff piece and a new build on Friday. Then you're away.
I'm the one that really annoys me, you know. I do stupid. I was having a cup of tea the other day. I started pouring it before it got to my lips. Like, you really start questioning yourself in moments like that. Like, this is fundamental stuff we're talking about here, you know. Like, you do not start pouring the tea until it touches your lips, Jimmy. For fuck's sake. Oh my God, how long is this going to go on for? Get a spoon, go and clean it, covered in yogurt, stick it under the tap, turn the tap on.